I don't know Umar. If he matches me speed for speed, I can imagine that I'll be favouring that.
Do you expect to knock Dillian Whyte out?
If I box by the game plan, I should do, yes.
Quick?
Fairly quick.
I think it does have the potential to do what Martin McCauley did to Jared Anderson. Maybe it's too early, or maybe he passes with flying colours. And that's why you got to watch it and find a good fight, actually. Especially for Moses, I think it's a very good time to fight Dillian. He's had a couple of years out the ring. But, you know, make no mistakes, Dillian Whyte is a massive puncher to head and body. I know he's taking it very serious. I'm speaking to Ty Mitchell, who's in training camp with him. And looking forward to the fight. You know, it's a big step up for Moses because he hasn't really fought anybody on Dillian's level. The old Dillian, it was a couple of years ago. And it's going to be interesting to see how much that Dillian Whyte has left. And could this be potential? I think it does have the potential to do what Martin McCauley did to Jared Anderson. Maybe it's too early, or maybe he passes with flying colours. And that's why you got to watch it and find out. But one thing I will say about Moses is he's a very good fighter, good little boxer, good puncher, and a lovely kid as well. It's like a sponge. You tell him something, he absorbs it and he listens. And that's the great thing about the young kids who's coming up. And he's only 20 years old. I told him a few years ago, forget about breaking records, take your time, you've only got one career, and just enjoy it, because I remember when I was 19, 20, and now 36 has gone like that.
In order for Moses to grow, he's only had 12 fights, Moses, you get me? So in order for Moses to grow, he needs mentality of the Dillian Whytes in front of him. The mentality, it's all about mentality.
Being what? What do you mean by that?
Well, when Moses throws and connects, the mentality from Dillian is going to be different to what Moses had felt before, unless he switches him off.
Right.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
Simple.
Moses is as good as what we think he is. He gets the job done on the 16th of August.
No, Moses, I've seen a lot of him, and yeah, he's a knockout specialist as well, isn't he? So.
He is, mate. So, yeah, people have not heard his name. You will be hearing his name a lot more. He's 20 years of age. Really? You can't believe it. It's like you know, Mike Tyson had that thing about him way back when, and you're saying, is he too young? You know, don't push him too soon. But you go, sometimes they're that good. You have to let them go. Yeah. And I think this is like a coming of age fight for Moses in many ways. Like I say, Frank's taken that gamble to say, look, putting him in, Dillian's a world-class, dangerous heavyweight, but maybe just past his best, and that's that calculate. Yeah. The excitement of the fight is we don't really know, like, just how good or what Dillian's got left, but we know how good Moses is, or we're going to find out on the 16th.
I'm frustrated media, I'm frustrated people talking shit, and then when they come and see him in shape and different mindset, then they start changing their minds and opinion. I'm like, yo, I have the same energy, bro. I have the same energy. When I'm 118, 120 kilos, I have the same energy, because now I'm light and I look like I'm in shape. Then now everybody's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, yo, come on, man. You know, I don't need to be 100% to win some fights, because I'm a fighter, I know what to fight. He's had more amateur fights than me and all of this other shit. You know, he's doing what he's meant to know. And one thing is, he's got the what's the word I'm looking for? The ignorance of inexperience. You know, I didn't say it right, but I'm tired. Yeah, ignorance of youth or whatever the f it is. Yeah, I'm not a chump, bro. You know, I'm not a chump. You know, obviously people writing me up, but I'm not a chump. So let's see what happens Saturday.
Dillian, one word. What can we expect on Saturday night?
What I always bring, man. I always bring that. With me, there's always that unpredictability in the ring.
On Saturday, how does this fight play out, Moses?
I mean, Moses' Itauma victory.
By any means?
I mean, if I stick to the game plan, that should be enough. Like you said, if I get pulled into a dogfight, Dillian Whyte will win. He might do, and that means I'm not boxing tomorrow.
Tyson Fury has spoken, and the heavyweight division is listening. The Gypsy King believes Moses Itauma, just 20 years old, might be the next big thing in boxing. But with a showdown looming against the experienced and dangerous Dillian Whyte, the hype is about to be tested. Fury praised Itauma's skill, power, and mindset, saying he's a sponge who absorbs everything, but he also warned it's a big step up. Whyte might be past his prime, but his punching power is still very real. This isn't just a test for Moses, it's a crossroads for Dillian. At 37, Whyte hasn't been as active and is coming off a tough stretch. But don't let that fool you.
Dillian, you've been here before, you've seen it, done it. How does it play out for you?
Wait till Saturday night and see, man. You know. You guys are the expert. I seen your prediction how it plays out. I seen your prediction.
I said if this turns into a dogfight.
No, I seen your prediction.
This goes earlier, it goes into a dogfight.
I seen your prediction before that. That's something you're saying now, but I subscribe to your videos, bro.
I said if it turns into a dogfight, this could turn into a dogfight.
It's all good, bro. You're still my man.
No. I said
you remember when you got the DAZN job? Who was one of the first people to congratulate you? You're still my man. It's all good. But it's boxing, you know. Boxing, people's memory is short. And you're the man in the moment in boxing. That's all it is, bro. It's a number and a name in the moment. You know, you disappear for a little bit and everybody forget about you, everybody writes you off. You have a loss, everybody writes you off.
Some kind of light at the end of the tunnel for Dillian taking that fight.
Ain't no light at the end of that tunnel.
I agree with you. I think Moses. I don't think Dillian gets beyond 4 or 5 rounds.
You're crazy. Yeah. There's no light at that tunnel. Not kidding. No, you mad? No way. Even Lawrence Okoli said Moses is bad.
I don't think they put him in against Dillian Whyte if they think there's real jeopardy for them. I think they might get a few rounds and get asked a few more questions than possibly they've been asked by Marius Wack and Dempsey McKean. But I don't think they think much more than that. And I'm surprised at Dillian taking the fight.
I think just the young gun, man. Look, he's on a roll. Look, Dillian Whyte in his day was good. Not saying that he's not good, but Dillian Whyte was Dillian Whyte, you know what I'm saying? But
is Dillian still capable of causing an upset, what people would see as an upset against Moses?
I mean, look, Moses is super sharp, man. I don't see an upset coming, you know, I'll be real with you. He's super sharp.
I think he's a very neat, tidy boxer, Moses. Clearly punches hard. Fastest hands in the heavyweight division, I think. I think it could be enough.
His job's to not get hit.
Absolutely.
You know, and I know that we're all crying out, I want to see what he looks like.
But he's going to get hit at some point, isn't he?
Yeah, when he comes up against, you know.
He's going to get hit at some point, and I got a little fight myself, Giorgio Vizioli. No one's hit him. O'Hara Davis caught him with a lovely backhand at the beginning. It was nice for me as his coach to see how he reacted. Now I'm sure Ben Davison's, you know, seen him. He can't dodge every shot in it, you know. So he's going to get hit from time to time. So that's how you build a Moses Itauma and a Giorgio Vizioli. They've got to be built in the gym.
Yeah,
in the gym.
You listen. He's just said it. Mark knows his onions, doesn't he? You know
of course
what I mean? He will at this moment in time. He will 100% have had harder spars than he.
My early prediction is an Itauma stoppage. I don't think it happens too early though. I don't think it happens in 1 or 2. I think it'd probably be 6, 7, 8. I think Dillian Whyte will come to survive. I think early on he'll get behind the jab, he'll move. And Itauma, I think he's really clever actually. I watch him and you wouldn't believe he was 20. And he never boxed as a senior either. He never boxed as a senior amateur. He never, I wouldn't have thought he boxed right on head guard in that case. So, but he's very clever. He does some very clever things beyond his experience. Because he's not the most experienced either, really. Yes, I think Dillian will be looking to frustrate him. The only holes I've seen in Itauma was when he boxed Espindola and Dobyshenko. He didn't get frustrated when he didn't have the success he wanted. When Dobyshenko and Espindola made him miss and weren't giving enough. I expect Dillian Whyte to do that. Really, that's what I think he will do. And I don't think Itauma's going to punch straight through Dillian Whyte. I'd be very surprised, very, very surprised. I think as time goes on, I think he'll chip away at him and wear him down. And Dillian will have to have a go eventually, and that's when Itauma will land some.
This is a man who's gone to war with the best in the world. Moses Itauma has looked spectacular with 10 knockouts and 12 fights, stopping names like Dempsey McKean and Marius Wack inside 3 rounds. But this is a different level. The boxing world is split. Some, like Derek Chisora, Carl Frampton, and Tony Bellew, say Itauma wins early. Others believe Whyte's grit and experience could frustrate the young prodigy. Mark Tibbs, Shane McGuigan, Dave Allen. They've all weighed in.
I think it's good night, Mr. White.
Yeah, but I mean, do you think that the matchmaking's great for him?
Not for Dillian, I don't know. I think it's great for Moses because ultimately he gets a decent name like Dillian Whyte on his resume, which isn't the Dillian Whyte that was fighting 2 or 3 years ago. If he blasts him out, which I think he will, then Moses, the mythology around Moses just gets bigger and wider and more bankable.
There'll be a bit of hype around the fight as well, which will raise Moses' profile too.
Yeah. Another question for you then. So if you say it's not good matchmaking for Dillian Whyte, where would you put Dillian Whyte then? That's what I'm saying. Like, what opportunity is going to come from?
Well, the last time I opened
him?
my mouth about White, I put him in with Fabio Wardley and got smacked around everybody for being a bit of a tit. So I'm not even going to answer that question. Thanks very much.
Brilliant.
How do you see it in the event that this fight is made, which we all think it will be? I do think it will be Moses Itauma. I do think that he will go through Dillian, and I think he'll go through him compellingly. But what do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm with you.
You think the same?
I just think that timing is key in boxing. Dillian Whyte's been a great ambassador for the sport. I don't think he's the fighter he once was, and I think that Moses Itauma is something special, and I think he wins and wins quite comfortably.
Yeah, I agree with you, Spencer, and I think it could be early as well. I think he's a very neat, tidy boxer. Moses clearly punches hard, fastest hands in the heavyweight division, I think. I think it could be an early.
You know, it's heavyweight boxing. You know, you can never write anybody off. Dillian's got a phenomenal left hook, but I think the likelihood of that is very, 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 very slim. I think Moses Itauma is a sensational talent. I've been saying it since he was 15 years of age, and I think he has a great mindset for a young fighter. I think Adam's the same. He's got a very good mindset. They're very calm and they take things in their stride, and they're perfectionists. They're working on their craft constantly. I think they don't believe that they're the finished article yet, and that's the most important thing. You have to constantly keep striving for 1% improvements. But Dillian is at the end of his career, and he's always had vulnerabilities there, but he's always had that tenacity to pull something out of the bag and deliver a fantastic shot like he's done numerous times before. So you can never write him off.
My opinion is at the end, and I just think he's agreed a fantastic payday for himself. It's been widely touted what he's getting. It's been put out here, there, and everywhere, and he's being paid a king's ransom to go in there and be dealt with. I think that's quite as simple as it is.
You say fair play to him as well, because nobody wants to fight Itauma. Anyone who's above Itauma in the rankings and whatnot, they do not want to fight. Itauma.
I think they do for the right amount of money and what's on the line. I think.
Really? Chisora turned down $2 million.
Because he knows it's his last ever fight. He probably doesn't want to go.
That's my point, isn't it?
Yeah, but...
No, but I mean, it's a fight that you don't think he can...
If Del gets the right fight, he gets more than $2 million. If Del goes to Africa, he gets far more than $2 million.
Moses is at a stage now where where I feel that every fight he's had, we're increasing the quality of the opposition, and he's ready for the next big step up, and it has to be against a recognisable name.
So is this, let me make it a supposition that this is potentially going to happen, and you don't have to comment on it, but is it the kind of fight that you want to see Moses in now?
Yes. Yeah.
And if it were Dillian, what does it say about Dillian? Is it the sort of fight that he would really fancy?
Well, if the fight took place, then obviously he would fancy.
But there's one thing everyone agrees on. This fight will reveal who Moses Itauma really is. Is he ready for the world stage, or will Whyte pull off one last upset? On August 16th, questions get answered. This is youth versus experience, speed versus power, hype versus history. Who wins? Drop your prediction below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for all things boxing. This is the fight that could change everything.